Good morning, team, investors, traders, apes, degenerates, and degenerate apes. Today, I've got a banger for you, and it's going to be massive. Not just in the short term, the medium term, but it's going to be also a big one in the long term because it has great utility. I'm going to give you a hint. They specialize in smart contracts and making it easier for businesses to create them themselves. They've got a scoring system for their users. Their arbitration services for disputes for the smart contracts that they create. And then they have lending and LPs to encourage those long-term holders. And they also have a crowdfunding platform as well. So it's a bit of a combo deal, and it's a good combo for, say, a community. I'm Gooding from Adapt Crypto, and if you want to get amongst some of these gems that we find, join us in our Telegram Discord. We are a team that's working 24/7 looking for the hottest gems for you, and you can help support us. You can simply jump in our social channels. You could like, subscribe. That's all the payment I need. And before we dive into it, I just want to caveat this information. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a random on the internet looking for crypto projects that are going to potentially make me wealthy, maybe yourselves wealthy. If you didn't guess it before, you'll guess it now. Paid Network. This one has been in the works since 2016, and they're claiming that they're going to eliminate attorney costs. They're going to streamline business contracts, easy and quick dispute resolution, and have DeFi features to ensure you get paid. Now, it's important before investing any sort of money into a project, to understand what you're investing into. And for cryptocurrencies, it's utility. And you want to understand that utility of the token. So for what Paid Network is claiming is that they're going to specialize in smart contracts. That means like people like you and I, we don't have to, we're not adept enough to be able to write up our own code for these smart contracts, but they're claiming they have a user interface that'll make it easy and simple for, the average Joes like you and I to make these. They've also got a DAO that you can use to be able to vote for audits. They've also got a reputation system. So if you want to reduce some of your risk as an investor, you could essentially just stick to whatever is crowdfunded on the Paid Token Network, and you can also check the ratings of these developers that create these projects, and that would reduce a lot of the risk that's in this speculative space. So I said smart contracts, and you're probably thinking to yourself, who gives a shit? The Ethereum network's got smart contracts, all these other platforms have smart contracts, but have you actually written a smart contract? It is not easy. It is difficult. So what the advantage of this project is that all of a sudden you've got an interface where you can put in your terms and conditions of what you are purchasing and how much you're purchasing with, and then it's on a smart contract. It is automated. Now, I don't know if you've ever had something fall through when you made a purchase and then you have to take them to court and got to go through that attorney process. It can be an absolute nightmare. I know I'm still going through one of them myself. Purchased a puppy, and the breeders did not pull through for us. And it has literally taken us 3 years to be able to get our original, our own money back. We won the court case, but then now we've got to chase it. Okay, so there's all these components, and with smart contracts, everything's automated, right? So as soon as it's confirmed that someone hasn't done their end of the deal, a smart contract can instantly reverse that, and that takes out the attorney process. That takes out the process where you need to obtain the funds, and that is very difficult. And you've got to ask yourself, what business doesn't want that? It's just so important. It's automated. It takes out that middleman. There's no human error when it's just a smart contract that you and I can sort of set up. So you can pay for an arbitrator to come in and read into the smart contract and take a look at what was originally signed off on. That person will sign off on, will put forward what he believes was correct, and then all of a sudden that smart contract is reversed if required. and then you get your money back straight away. So this here is going to lead me into my next point, the crowdfunding. Now, the crowdfunding, let's use a case study here. So how many projects have you invested in where they've promised the world, essentially? They're solving the biggest issue within the crypto or even, the no corner space, but only to be disappointed by months, even years of development of a project that there's nothing to show for, right? Now, with the crowdfunding on this platform and the smart contract, if they don't achieve what they promise, you get your money back. That's correct. So this is going to be another competitor for not only smart contract platforms, but also those launch pads that we see through TrustSwap and Pulse. All of a sudden, if you want to be able to reduce your risk and that this platform has ratings on the developers, they have you get your money back essentially. Like it's you're crazy not to consider it or at least keep an eye on it, because there is some risk reduction, and I won't say it's foolproof, but there is a lot of risk reduction in this project. And the developer himself, he's an entrepreneur. Like I've watched a few of his videos and I've been quite impressed with how sort of down to earth he is. And I'll be interested to sort of see if he delivers on his promises. So you can look at their pitch deck. It's on their website. You can look at this, what they're calling a comparison matrix. So they're sort of comparing all their competitors. I'd say it's probably a little bit older. I don't see PokerStarter here. But they believe that they are combining the legal industry, the governance and reputation. So that's that DAO segment. And they've also implemented the DeFi component as well, which is important because, us investors, us customers, we're very needy. We have high expectations, and if projects aren't delivering this stuff, then they're going to be forgotten. Now, in terms of token market cap comparisons or benchmarks, we've got PokerStarter coming in at around about 66 million market cap, and then we have TrustSwap sort of sitting around the 41 million mark at this stage. Once all of the tokens are released, and they have a paid token metrics here that you can sort of look into, you can sort of keep in the back of your mind of how long do you want to sort of avoid some of the dips maybe. They've been pretty upfront with it, but roughly 25 million is their sort of initial market cap. I think they bring a little bit more to their the launch pads. So I think you can't really compare them to some of the typical launch pads that are out there. I think they sort of bring a bit of a package deal. So I definitely see them sort of competing quite confidently against some of the other projects out there. I will say the token metrics or the tokenomics aren't the best for their investors who are potentially getting in early. There might be a slight dump. I sort of doubt it though. Has anyone checked out their Telegram? Here we have the paid network Telegram, and you can see they're just shy of 29,000 members. So I believe, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure this will go straight up on launch. Now, I'm not going to give targets. That's not financial advice. What I'm saying is that the 29,000 members is an indication of what sort of demand you can sort of expect for this product. Now, I'm going to bring you to the team. The CEO is Kyle, probably going to butcher this. I'd say Chasey or Chassis or Chassis. I think he's a competent guy. I've had a look at his LinkedIn profile, and it was impressive. You can see he's got a background in entrepreneurial, strategic advisory sort of, projects. He's been in a few there, such as Plasma Pay, Half a Network, Anarchy. He's also the founder of Master Ventures, which I think is an investment sort of group, sort of specializing in blockchain technology. As you can see from the team, they've got a bit of a full suite of stuff. You can sort of do your own research there. I'm not going to go into it. They've got some strong advisors. Yep, they've got some market influencers, is probably one way of saying is calling it. And now I'm going to bring you down to some of their partners and investors. Now, it's quite a full house here. I'd be interested to find out how they're sort of partnered with, Shell. But, Goldman Sachs, Dell, Kraken, Microsoft, Hawaii, Amazon, Uber, Ferrum Network, Bloomberg, Binance, Ripple, Kraken, Siemens. There's a lot here, a lot happening here. They have some investors. AU21 is a big one. Chainlink, Kylan, Tomo Chain. There's heaps, absolutely heaps. Okay, now that I have you licking your lips over this token, when and where do you buy it? Now, if you have PokerStarter tokens, you can get on board with them. They launch it on the Monday, the 25th at 1 p.m. UTC, and about 2.5 hours later, it'll be listed on Uniswap. Now, I'm not tracking any other sort of centralized exchange listings at this stage. However, I do expect them in the short term. Now, I'll just sort of summarize what I've sort of talked about. Some of the two pros that I really liked. It's a package deal. The concept is sound, and they've done it very professionally. It's not something that's been whipped up in the last few months, and they're like, hey, give us another 12 months and we'll be good to go. The cons, the tokenomics weren't the best, but I think the demand is going to not care about that, to be honest. And there weren't too many cons, to be honest. Like, they're a bit late to the game. I think this project would have been awesome before PokerStarter sort of kicked off. I think it's got a bit of catching up to do now. The only other con I can think about is watching the CEO's videos, and he's just constantly sort of winking at you. You're like, man, just anyway. Have a team paid network. It's going to be huge. I'm going to try and get in during PokerStarter and the Uniswap launch. I might try and load my bags. I'm going to pick my timing. I'm not going to be sucked into the hype. I know that there's a lot of bots out there that'll flog me, unfortunately. However, I can see the short term, the mid term, and the long term prospects here, and I think this is going to be one to definitely hold in future. Tell me in the comments what you think about paid network, maybe some of your targets, your buy targets. Tell me what sort of project you want me to do next. There's heaps out there, and I'm looking at them, and I really want something that grabs my eye, but also brings value to the Adapt crypto community. And speaking of the Adapt crypto community, you can get involved. We have a free Telegram, a free Discord, and we just hang out. We find ththese gems. Some of our members have been making a killing lately, and some of the new members too. So get amongst it, guys.